trying to hide anything. I really don't care. I like the mask. I think it's cool, and I figured you probably would too. So hey, let's just do it, right? So, you know, so I don't know. What do you guys really want to talk about? What do you want to hear about? I got it all for you. I mean, we can discuss anything. I'm always down to answer any questions because pretty much the way that I work, I do better if I'm asked a question. I can talk and talk and talk for days about anything, but it seems like the rest of the world either doesn't understand, doesn't get it, doesn't have the time. So, in all actuality, who are we helping out here, really? We say that we want to listen to people, we care about others, we care about this, we care about that, but we only have time for ourselves and we only choose to give a limited time to others, making pretty much everything we say a big contradiction. We care about nobody but ourselves, and we need to start learning how to listen and take, the small things for what they are, and leave the big crap alone. I mean, because it seems like everybody's so focused on the big stuff right now. We're also focused on these big pictures that are being planted in front of us. It's little things that are around us that are being affected that could possibly help us. I mean, you know what intrigues me is how stupid everybody is, how stupid we all are. We are the smartest people. We're the smartest. We should be so lucky to be blessed with even being humans, to have the abilities we have, to be able to do whatever we want, say whatever we want. For the most part, I mean, you say that, a lot of you out there will probably disagree with me. We don't have the freedom we have. We can't say whatever we want. Well, I can go outside right now and walk down to the store if I want and do whatever it is that I need to do. I mean, and no one can tell me otherwise. And until I'm sitting in a city, God forbid, where there's a curfew law, or somewhere where they really enforce a military law, and for some reason upon the citizens, and I'm not allowed to go out or do anything, or go out or, upload a free video right here. I mean, who is everyone out here? Who is everyone around to say that we don't have the rights that we do? I mean, what rights are you looking for? You have two legs, and if you don't have two legs, which God forbid, I mean, the ability to think forward is my point. The forward thinking is what our freedom is. You're telling me that you don't have the right to think, that you can't choose to make your day better, after today. The funny thing is that gets me the most is how we all talk about how our lives are, your lives are your life is what you choose. Your life is what you make it to be. And I could sit here and, talk about what I do have and what I don't have. And whose fault that is? It's not the government's fault. It's not anyone else's fault around me. It's my fault. It's not your fault. I mean, so what is all the bickering about, talking about, other people are getting what we don't have. Other people are getting the chances that we don't have. I have every bit of every ability to go out and do whatever it is that you could do or that you're doing right now. I mean, nobody's to say so. The problem is that now we're sitting in such a judgmental world to where talent really doesn't get you anywhere. We're now falling into a society to where small things like gentlemanalism, mannerism, and I mean the small things that are making make life important, make life great, make life sincere, are now the taboo in life. We don't, we just, nobody, everyone looks at it like, oh wow, you're a gentleman. Oh wow, you're nice. Oh wow, you can say things. You say hi and hello. Oh wow, I mean, I don't know how many of you out there have seen the movie Idiocracy, but I mean, take Mike Judge for it. I mean, total genius. I mean, for forward thinking like that, for him to have thought that, hey, the world is we're heading into a planet of stupidity, a society of stupidity. I mean, has anybody proved him wrong? I mean, we are so stupid to not realize what we're doing to ourselves right now as humans, as mankind. We have stopped ourselves from evolving to survive on love, to survive on everything that's needed to thrive and to be a society of human beings. We have developed rules now based on what? We developed rules that we made ourselves and we say that they're right. We don't even know what life is. We don't even know what the right thing in life is to do. Natural instinct is what to me is right. You know, maybe not at natural instinct to the point to where, but natural instincts. What are we doing here? It has gotten to the point to where if you're right, you're wrong. If you're wrong, you're right. I mean, we can't even have a conversation with each other without, just something nowadays. Like, life isn't what it is. Conversations are now not what they are. Opinions are so messed up now between everybody, and we do nothing but use each other. We do nothing but think about ourselves, and to me it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the world is full of condescending, contradicting, double standard pushing people out there that will tell you one thing, but look how they live themselves. It's a total cluster mess of what things are and how they're supposed to be, and I personally don't think that we even know what the hell we're supposed to be doing as a race. We have a certain percent of people or whatever that are telling us what to do or telling us how to live our lives and whatever and blah blah blah. It's clear that we have the technology to do whatever it is that we need to do to be a superior race, not of any other, but as human beings of the planet Earth, not to be superior over any other country, over any other, anything like that. Maybe superior race is a wrong term to use. I simply mean superior beings as a race in one, as one planet. We are all brothers and sisters, therefore we are all one race, and whatever we're doing is unacceptable. We have the tools and we've had the knowledge to better ourselves to where we can live in a possible rent-free environment, a carefree environment, to where we're all working with each other and other possibilities can come up that don't have to cause certain companies' pockets to get empty or to empty more. To know that we're stopping ourselves from true evolution because of $1 is ridiculous. And it may not be so cut and dry like a lot of you probably think, but it is cut and dry. We have stopped ourselves from evolving to what we can do, to what we can be, to what we can how we ultimately treat each other by nothing. We have totally screwed over that meaning by, well, if it's going to cause my pockets to be short, or his pockets to be short, or his pocket to be short, then it's not worth our time to do that. Yeah, solar energy is so expensive, and this and that and blah blah blah, but it's like we just don't have the time. We don't have the money. It's too expensive, and we rather not. Yeah, of course we can make cars run off of whatever and this and that, but hey, like, why not have a cure for people for a lot of medicines? No, like, hell, if that guy's only going to be making 15 billion instead of 16 billion, that's not good enough for him. If that company's only going to be making a billion less, watch out. Nah, it's just not worth it. It's total bullshit. It is total and utter BS. As childish as that rant sounds, that's as childish as we act. We are now heading into a world of artificial intelligence, AI, and what's that about? It's honestly getting to the point to where half of a society is talking about this, like, oh, what it could be and what it couldn't be. Why did the conversation even have to come to be in general? What are we doing? What's the main objective that we're trying to head into with AI? What's the main point? I've always said, where it's kind of like the ultimate answer. You get to where you're trying to get to, and then what's next? What is the ultimate goal that they're trying to reach to with artificial intelligence? I mean, what is it so bad for us to? I just don't know. Can somebody tell me? I mean, I would like to know where they're looking to go with AI. I mean, I mean, if it's looking to be like a takeover scenario, then there's the answer right there. Then, shut me up. But if nobody knows, and if this is just some scientists, a bunch of teams of scientists douchebags up in their little rooms trying to play with buttons and think about what can we do, what if we do more, what if we put this in it, like, why, what's the point, I mean, I'm tired of having conversations with people about AI to begin with. I'm tired of having the conversations with people like, oh, what happens, like if it takes over and everything. Like, are you seriously telling me that I have to sit there and worry about our whole world getting taken over by some douchebag who couldn't sit there and press the off button? I mean, if we're seriously like going to that point to where like we don't have the control to press off on whatever it is that we're working on, then I mean, I don't have as many of these fingers on one hand. This would be my ultimate flip off to whoever is trying to run the things. Call this, say this for the scientists, say this for whoever you want to say it for. Even if you're out there working in the world of AI, I'm sorry, but this is for you. This is totally for you. Because to me, you've cheaped out. You've taken the cheap way because you couldn't figure out a way to go make it in the world in any other job. So you wanted to hop on the newest, hottest bandwagon right now, which is going to be, the new field of the future. Because God forbid, you work on something or you do something that you want to do in your own life. No, you want to do something that's going to secure you and secure your life for the future. So why not hop in the hottest fields right now, which would be computers and computer science and AI? I mean, why not, right? So do you even know what it is that you're even trying to work towards, what you're working on? You're hopping on an idea just to make money or just for security. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't intrigue me. I mean, a computer is a computer, 2 plus 2, I mean, CAT, it doesn't matter. That's what a computer is, who are we, what are we trying to do to have something think for us? Are we that retarded that we've actually created something that can think smarter than us, but we can't think that smart for ourselves? How retarded is that? I mean, where are we trying to go with this? We want to make robots that can do what? Be humans? Why? So we can have warehouses full of human robots? I mean, it's just so funny. A lot of times, my rants will kind of seem a little whatever, but if I had, maybe if we get more into a live channel and we do more discussions back and forth and this and that, we can stay on more of a structured topic and keep things more, on a straight avenue without getting so all over the place with all these different topics and everything. It seems to be, a little much, but as like I said, that's how it is, I mean, I on everything, I on nothing, like what is it that we're all bitching about? We can think about 1,001 topics right now, but we can't think of one solution. I mean, somebody once said that, like a person is smart, but people are stupid, and I mean, I don't believe that to be true because I believe that people are great, but what we've done as a society to ourselves, what we've let social media do to ourselves, how we've run our lives by looking down, I mean, this is unbelievable, We should not have the option to have this much technology in the palm of our hands and to have the answers to everything so fast. I mean, does nobody get it? Do any of you not get it? I mean, are you not worried about school anymore? Are you not worried about your children's future in school? I mean, are you not worried? Well, maybe not the children's future, but what about the teachers? What about teaching in general? Teaching is now going to be a thing of the past. I mean, you don't believe me? I mean, if I studied 7 years or however long I needed to, in college to be a doctor, or if I wanted to get a double master's in whatever it is, whatever you give me a scenario, and I guarantee you that the next little 11-year-old is going to be able to come up with the answer on Google on his phone, right beside you. That's the point that we've got to now. We have unlimited information at our fingertips, which now doesn't even, I guess one would say it could possibly be another level of learning, instant answers at the palm of our hands. But I mean, if it's like that, what do we need school for? I mean, what do we need school for? All you're going to need school for is pretty much just to have someone ask questions while you look it up on your Palm Pad. I mean, teaching is going to be a thing. We've had teachers that have studied, their whole life, spent their whole life in the field or the subjects that they're studying in, and now a 10-year-old can find out the answer that person has studied for, that answers that scientists spent their lifetime achieving, a lifetime achievement, which makes it an achievement at the end of that lifetime. I mean, do you not realize what we're going on? We don't even have achievements anymore. I mean, what are the achievements that we have? Think about this. Think about it for 1 minute. A lifetime achievement was because of, it was a reward, and regardless on what it meant, it was a reward. It should have been a self-gratitude reward. It should have been self-gratification to know that it was a reward of something that was searched for, something that was thought about, something that progressed, and you failed and you tried, and finally it was done, and this and that. Now we got 10-year-old turds knowing what the nearest calculus answer is. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, I don't want to say that this next generation, there's absolutely going to be nothing wrong with it. I'm pretty sure this next generation is going to be absolutely, who knows, probably the most advanced, generation that we've had as far as material things, as far as buildings, as far as the whole idea of future and everything else, blah blah blah, flying cars and this and that. Maybe we'll give this generation coming up, or their next generation, or the one after that image and that, this and that. But I do not give them the credit of being human anymore, humane. This next generation is going to be nothing but a bunch of sorry turds. And you know what? I said it, and I'm going to say it. I really don't care. I mean, 60s people thought the same way about 70s and 80s kids. It's the same thing. Oh, you little turd, you have no idea what it was like. It's the same thing. We're just going through the same pattern. But the difference is this next generation, I mean, we spent the majority of the 20th century I mean, learning and learning and evolving all the way up until the 90s. I mean, did the number 2000 just all of a sudden mean that we were in the future, and that we were just on a time limit to start evolving at some weird ass freaking pace where we skipped everything? We skipped rules, we skipped manners, we skipped everything. I mean we have really, really, really gone somewhere far and out within the past, what are we going to say, 18 years? 18 years, we probably couldn't put it right so that 18 years, but, we're going to go, that, things have been kind of crazy after the 90s, and things have been a little woofy, it's just where did all the life go? Where did all the, times have definitely been worse than they are now, especially for our country, especially for people, it's not like we're living in the best time or nothing like that right now, I'm not going to say, but we're definitely fortunate enough to have lived in this era. I mean, this is unbelievable. We should feel so lucky. If we don't evolve anymore, if we don't find the questions that we're looking for, or the answers that we're looking for to the questions we ask at the end of this lifetime, we can at least feel gratitude. And I think we should feel proud to know that we were born into this era, and we got to experience the things and the evolving the way that it did. Music, movies, business, people, anything, it was all evolving, where did life go? We are now in a life of this, You know, your life is now this. Our life is now, I don't know, you know. I mean, I try to spend my life being as productive as I can on my side time. I do not play video games for the life of me. I can't. I mean, I want to, I love to, I want to be able to get away from it, but I can't. You know, I feel like, you know, if I'm not doing productive with myself, I don't want to be stuck in this life. I really don't. I don't want to be stuck in this. You have to work, you know. I mean, this it's not right, you know. I mean, we are not meant to work and pay bills and die. I mean that's you know, people talk about failure, people talk about don't give up, don't give up on life and this and that. You have given up on life if you think that life is only about working and paying your bills and dying. I mean, it doesn't matter. That means that you have now told yourself that is what you're worth. That is what you're worth. That is the furthest extent to your abilities to tell yourself, I'm content with being pretty much a nobody. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter. And I'm not saying that, you know, 40 hours like you know, we're not nobodies. Like, you know, you know, I've been a working person for a long time. The working person is definitely not a nobody, but the way that society would make you feel, you know, the way the society would make us be, you know, it's like, hey, you know, you work, or you're either a worker or you're not, you know. I mean, you know, I don't want to spend the rest of my life building this pyramid for somebody else, you know, while that other person is up there, you know, getting jollies off, you know, watching me work. I mean, it's just, it's ridiculous, you know. And if anybody should be allowed rights or anything, it's the workforce, and it's the American workers, and that still we are not even. I mean, you know, it's just, it's a whole new story. And if you choose to live your life to be a worker, then you've chosen to give up. You've chosen to give up. You know, one thing I've always told everybody, and I'll still tell everybody, and I'll tell you, we were born with skills for a reason. We were born, every single person out there, it's you, it's you, it's you, it's you, it's you, it's me. We were all born with an ability that makes us particular to anybody else. I mean, you know, if it's something that you like, whether it's something that you like doing, something that you like smelling, you know that there's something that you're good at. Whatever it is that you're good at, that's what you should be doing. That's exactly what you should be doing. You shouldn't be giving up just because you grew up a little bit and society told you, hey, you know, you're going to have to start working now. You're going to have to start doing this. Like, am I? Am I really? Why? You know, I mean, is this a template that we've all, you know, we're following a template of nobody. We're following a template that mankind, that we made up. We're following a prisoned template to imprison ourselves, to tell ourselves that we don't have the ability to do any more than what we've done. You know, I mean, it's unbelievable. It is so unbelievable. We have knocked this one out of the park, is what we really did. You know, we have knocked it out of the park. You know, teachers used to tell you, you can be whatever it is, or whatever you want to be when you get older. You know, I don't know how much of that ever sank into any of our heads. And, you know, a lot of us it did, a lot of us it didn't. You know, a lot of us it just, you know, it's like, oh, whatever. Like, oh, good for you, teach. Like, hey, but this and that. But, you know, it wasn't that the teachers are right. It's just that statement is right, you know. We have the ability, and we've had the ability to do whatever it is we want to do. So why is it that I'm sitting here, that you're sitting there, and we're talking and discussing these things, you know? I should be there. I should be, you know, you should be there. You should be wherever it is you want to be. If you're sitting there right now and you don't want to be sitting there, go out and take a step outside. And if you can do that, then guess what else you can do? A lot damn more. So, you know, what are we doing? I mean, how are we doing this? You know, I mean, are you going to live your life how you're being told to live it, or are you going to live your life? You know, I mean, I would like to start living my life. I would really, really, really like to start living my life. So, you know, I'm going to start uploading a lot of these videos, and I would definitely like to talk and discuss a little bit more between anybody, you know, whatever topic you want to discuss. My information to you is whatever you want it to be. You know, I want to be here, and I want to make a channel of this. I want to make something that we could a place that we could just all kind of just sit back and be like, hey, wow, you know, let's discuss things. let's get some topics going. Let's figure out, you know, like, hey, you know, let's connect with other people. You know, let's not make this a whole big conspiracy thing. Let's just talk about the way things are, you know, the way things can be, the way things should be. You know, life is great. Accept every moment of it, and take it for the best that you can. I mean, you know, you know, we can go into another time everything that I've been through in my life. I mean, I could write a book about my life of negativity. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, we can be as negative as we want. We could have lived whatever experiences we lived, and we move on. You move on from it. You know, people ask me all the time, you know, you don't seem like you've gone through all the things that you've gone through that you say you've gone through. Well, you either learn your lessons from what you go through or you don't. You either soak and grieve or you don't, you know. I mean, if you learn, then you're doing a good job. If you're soaking, then hey, take a time to soak. But if you're going to be grieving for the rest of your life, hey, you know, I mean, you know, you just, you know, our lives shouldn't be this whole, like, you know, you open up YouTube, it's, I mean, conspiracy report after conspiracy thing after blah, 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 after blah, blah, blah. Everyone's mad at somebody. We're mad at this. We're mad at that. Something's not going right. Something's going wrong. Something's going crazy. Like, who cares, dude? It's not all going wrong. It's not all going right. Somebody else is making it go wrong. Somebody else is making it go right. But technically, it's not even wrong or right because we don't even know. You want to know what's wrong or right is love, happiness, fear, be scared, you know, this and that, you know, like, naturally, you know, if it's wrong, if you think it's right for you to feel this way or something, you know, then whatever. But I mean, the mixedness of everything is really, 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 it's too much. It's too much. We have too much mixed opinion as one race, you know. We have too much, you know. We should all be talking, and, you know, this problem that whatever is